The Nature of Attraction and the Divine Feminine by L.S. Larkey and Atlantean Astrology. The nature of attraction between men and women is a profound and ancient force, woven into the fabric of existence. Men, in their hearts, are naturally drawn to the beauty of women, an attraction that speaks to something deeper than physical desire. It is a recognition of the divine feminine, a pull toward the sacred energy embodied by Sophia, the creator of the universe. Yet, within this natural attraction lies a tension, one that Jesus himself addressed in his teachings. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus said, "You have heard that it was said, 'You shall not commit adultery.' But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart." Matthew 5:27-28 NIV. This statement has been the source of deep reflection and sometimes confusion. How can men navigate their natural attraction to women, which is so deeply ingrained, without falling into the sin of coveting or lusting after them? This chapter explores the existential attraction men feel toward women, rooted in the recognition of the divine feminine, and examines the line between admiration and covetousness. It aims to reconcile this spiritual dynamic with Jesus' teachings, offering a path for men to honor the beauty of women without crossing into the realm of lust or desire that diminishes their sacredness. Attraction to beauty, particularly feminine beauty, is not simply a matter of physical desire. It is a spiritual recognition. Men are drawn to women because they carry within them a reflection of Sophia, the divine feminine energy that created the cosmos. This attraction is existential. It speaks to a longing for completeness, for connection with the other half of creation. Men see in women not just physical beauty, but the manifestation of divine grace, love, and creativity. This attraction is not sinful in itself. In fact, it is natural and necessary. Men are meant to admire the beauty of women, for in doing so, they are acknowledging the presence of Sophia in the world. The problem arises when admiration turns into coveting, when the desire for beauty becomes possessive or self-centered. This is the line that Jesus drew in his teachings. Admiration becomes lust, when it is no longer about honoring the beauty of the feminine, but about desiring it for oneself in a way that objectifies or disrespects the person. To understand the distinction between admiration and coveting, we must first explore the nature of covetousness. To covet is to desire something that does not belong to you, in a way that is rooted in selfishness and possession. When Jesus spoke of not coveting women, he was addressing the inner transformation that must occur in the heart. Looking at a woman with lust is an act of covetousness because it reduces her to an object of desire, stripping away her divine nature and turning her into something to be possessed. Admiration, on the other hand, is a recognition of beauty without the need to own or control it. It is possible to look at a woman, to see her beauty, and to appreciate her divine essence without falling into lust. This kind of admiration is rooted in respect and reverence for the feminine as a reflection of Sophia. It acknowledges the beauty of the feminine without seeking to diminish it through possession or control. Men are naturally drawn to the qualities of kindness, compassion, grace, and love that women exude, qualities that are deeply connected to Sophia's essence. Admiring these qualities in women is not sinful. It is an act of honoring the divine feminine. However, the moment admiration becomes a longing to possess or control, it crosses into covetousness. Jesus' teaching on coveting women was not meant to suppress men's natural attraction, but to guide them toward a higher form of love and respect. His warning against lust was a call to inner purity, a reminder that love must come from a place of honor and reverence, not selfish desire. By telling men to avoid lust, Jesus was encouraging them to see women as sacred beings, reflections of the divine, rather than objects for their own gratification. In this way, Jesus was calling men to a higher standard, one where the beauty of women could be appreciated in its divine context without falling into sin. It is possible to admire the beauty of a woman without violating her sacredness. just as it is possible to appreciate the beauty of a flower, a sunset, or a work of art without wanting to possess it. Jesus' teaching invites men to cultivate a heart that can see the divine in all things without the need to own or control them. By following this path, men can move beyond the physical desire that often dominates their attraction and into a space of spiritual admiration. In this space, women are seen not as objects of lust, but as vessels of the divine feminine, as embodiments of Sophia's beauty and grace. The attraction men feel toward women is existential because it is tied to the very nature of existence. Sophia, as the creator of the universe, embodies the nurturing, life-giving force of the cosmos. Men, who carry within them the complementary energy of the divine masculine, are naturally drawn to this energy. It is not just about physical beauty, but about the deeper qualities that women carry, their ability to nurture, to love, to create. This attraction is not something men can or should resist. It is part of the balance of creation, the interplay between masculine and feminine energies that sustains the universe. However, men must learn to navigate this attraction in a way that honors both themselves and the women they admire. To deny the attraction entirely would be to deny their own nature, but to indulge it without discernment leads to covetousness and sin. Sophia's presence in women is what draws men to them, and this attraction is spiritual as much as it is physical. When men recognize that their desire is not just for the physical form of a woman, but for the divine feminine energy she carries, they can shift their focus from possession to admiration. They can learn to appreciate women as reflections of the divine without falling into the trap of lust. The role of beauty in this dynamic is profound. Beauty, particularly feminine beauty, is one of the most powerful reflections of Sophia's creative force. It is a reminder that the world is full of divine grace, and that the feminine energy is responsible for much of the life and love that exists within it. For men, the key is to see beauty not as something to be owned, but as something to be honored. When a man sees a beautiful woman, he is not just seeing her physical form, he is seeing a reflection of the divine. This realization changes the nature of the attraction. Instead of being rooted in desire, it becomes rooted in reverence. Instead of seeking to possess, the man seeks to honor the divine feminine within her. This shift in perspective allows men to appreciate beauty without falling into sin. It allows them to admire the qualities of the feminine, her grace, her compassion, her wisdom, without coveting her. In this way, men can remain connected to the divine energy that draws them toward women without allowing that energy to corrupt their intentions. In the end, the attraction that men feel toward women is not something to be denied, but something to be understood. It is an existential pull toward the divine feminine, a recognition of Sophia's presence in the world. However, this attraction must be navigated with care. Jesus' teaching on coveting women was not a call to suppress attraction, but a call to purify it, to ensure that admiration does not become possession, and that beauty is honored rather than objectified. By understanding the difference between admiration and coveting, men can learn to appreciate the beauty of women in a way that honors their divine essence. They can cultivate a heart that sees the sacredness of the feminine without falling into lust or desire. And in doing so, they can create relationships that are built on mutual respect and reverence, reflecting the cosmic balance between the masculine and feminine energies that sustain the universe.